welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Gymnastics for Everyone podcast hosted by Makayla Loves Gymnastics with our returning guest co-host, Oscar. How are you doing, friend?
Hi, I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
We are almost at the end of the year, you guys. Next week is Christmas. Are you all ready for the holiday season to be over with like me? Because yay.
I'm so ready for the Olympic year.
Yeah, yeah. I
Bring it on.
I think this is like one of the most hype. Like this quad started off being like the most blah quad to me, and it ended up being like one of the most fascinating quads in history.
When do you consider it to have started? 2022?
Yeah, yeah.
What was so blah about that for you compared to other quads, the beginnings?
We didn't have a true year after the Olympics. It was like kind of brief. I didn't expect so many people to return back to the sport.
Even with the 3 years, it being a shorter, a triennium or whatever?
I didn't expect so many people to return.
That's surprising.
I didn't expect all the washouts that we've had from so many.
The watch. Not coming to mind at the moment.
Connor.
Oh, Connor, the bar specialist?
Connor's the bars and beam specialist. You damn right. So we have a plethora of topics because we've had a plethora of gymnastics news that has happened over the last week. Like, my gosh, we've had more damn gymnastics news this week since like the week right before damn World Championship started. Like, so we have a lot of videos of routines that we have to get into. Oscar have a bunch of topics that we're going to get into. I'm going to let him tell you guys what the topics are going to be in a second. There are two things that I want to do. Is y'all see the title? We're going to talk about the girls upgrading their routines and possible routine predictions because it's so serious this quad that we're not doing just Olympics predictions, not team predictions. We are really predicting what these girls' routines are going to be that they're going to be fighting with in the damn arena of 2024. So I think that would be fun. If anybody wants to join us and give their predictions, I'll put the link in the chat in a second.
Please come join if you want to.
Please.
We love hearing other perspectives.
Please. And Oscar, can you, while I'm doing that, can you tell the people the other topics that we're going to talk about?
Sure. So these were some things that like I was thinking about, and I'm happy to talk about all of them or none of them or a few of them. So I had written down obviously Simone's upgrades. We wanted to talk about if now that I was curious if now that she has her new vault that she's training the full in, Yurchenko full in, would she be dismounting every apparatus with the full in? Maybe if she upgraded to a full twisting double layout on floor to dismount.
Mm-hmm.
Topics included, we wanted to talk about Olympic host cities.
Yes. We have a little video to play too. Well, we have a couple of videos to play if Oscar is up for helping us out and sharing his screen with us to play the videos.
I'm happy to try.
Okay.
There was a new junior gymnast named Senia Zelieva. I think they're Russian, and they're competing a Komova 1, which is the in-bar shapash with a half turn. Very rare skill. Shay Campbell has their DTY back, which excited me.
And a beautiful new flourish. Shay
Yeah.
Campbell's one of those girls who her floor routines don't miss. Like in her 3 NCAA years, she has never had a bad floor routine.
Do you have a favorite?
I think this might be my favorite one.
Hmm. There's a part of the choreography that's old, right? That
Yeah, that
she's
she used
reusing.
from her freshman year.
I love it. I love it. So then I wanted to talk about the junior national floor champion for the US, Reese Esponda, training a triple back and landing it on like a rod floor. Romania has some serious upgrades on all the is Gabby Douglas bringing major release on bars. Has a head coach or one of the top coaches from Brazil leaving the Brazilian Federation, Rebecca's coach, I believe. And last, could Simone triple back off bars and the phenomenal first year senior Azarea Ra Akbar from Canada, who I think is one to watch going into this next year and could definitely help Canada out in the team.
Yeah, that talent right there with Ellie Black brings Canada another level.
I can't like what's your Canada team if they're on it? Who has the other spots?
Her, Ellie.
There are two other that I know of strong juniors who are turning senior in a month. Their names are Gabby Black and Zoe Saparellis.
Mm-hmm.
They're very promising.
I think if Anna can get her bar routine, hey Lucius, if Anna can get her bar routine, beam routine back, she will be very useful to Team Canada.
Solid beam routine at like the Meet the Bruins. I got to watch that. Way too difficult for NCAA.
I don't think she's competing in NCAA this year. I think she's just doing
an exhibition.
Mm-hmm. I think she's just training for Canada.
Right, because her coach just got or one of her main coaches, Sadi or Davidova, one of them. Can't remember which one she works with. Was
I think it's mm-hmm.
That must put her in a difficult position.
Yes. And Shaylin Olsen, they need a vaulter. They need a vaulter like ridiculous. They need at least a double DTY.
Does she still train?
Mm-hmm. She didn't make Worlds this year for whatever reason, but she still trains.
So does that mean no Brooklyn Morse?
I don't think Brooklyn Morse is trying for the Olympics this year. I don't think so.
Okay. And then there's one other, Aurelie Tran. Do you see her on the team?
Her, Ava Stewart.
Oh, Ava Stewart. I forgot about her. Okay.
So let's begin with what everybody wants to talk about, which is the girls are upgrading. So we saw tons of upgrade training videos from people. The very first one that I want to talk about is Sky Blakely. If you could go to my channel, I think I made a short where I said the girls are upgraded, where I put Sky's, Gabby, and Shay Campbell's together.
Is that what you want to watch? Her new beam?
Let's watch that first. Let's watch that first. Because I want to talk about those 3 upgrades. Well, Gabby's isn't really an upgrade. It's really a downgrade that everybody is just hyped about because they finally saw her do something.
I don't even know if you'd call it anything because she did a Stalder full in her old routines. So she's just bringing back.
She was a junior, but when she, like on the Olympic level, she was doing M-bar fulls.
2011, she was doing Stalder full.
Yeah, 2011, she was doing the Stalder full.
Just to be clear, you want me to pull up her beam series?
No, it's a short I have. It says something like the girls are upgrading. Where I have Sky, she has an upgrade on beams that I want to talk about, and then Gabby's doing her starter full, and then Shay is doing her Yurchenko double.
And it's on Twitter or YouTube?
YouTube.
Okay. Makayla, when does upgrade season officially begin and end?
Clearly, we're in upgrade season now. I mean, the girls need to have their upgrades together by nationals. Like, those upgrades have to be working by then, I think.
New tricks for Gabby, Sky, and Shay. Got it.
There we go. You guys, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, you guys. Please.
Yes, subscribe to Makayla's YouTube.
And Oscar's YouTube, too.
Impressive.
So, the upgrades were Sky is doing a handspring to, instead of a tuck front, a pike front, which would turn that series from a B to a D to a B to a E, which is
just 1/10 more, right?
It's just 1/10 more, but it's a very impressive combination.
Would you rather her be training that than a front handspring Barani?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Very.
Because
I don't even want to see a front handspring brownie from like one of the damn Chinese girls.
You can't get more than 2/10 in connection value on B from one series?
I don't think so, unless you add a third skill to it.
For series bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But like round off layout BE, that's 0.2. BD front handspring front tuck is 0.2. And okay. Interesting. So there's a cap there for connection.
Unless she add Corbett to it. Front handspring, front pike, Corbett.
Why? Just because it's series bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I treat those differently, connection values, or at least I'm talking about them separately.
They are different, but to maximize the connection, I think she should add a Corbett to it. I think all the girls who are doing that should add a Corbett to it to get the maximum potential.
Wait, why a Corbett and not just like a jump?
I mean, a jump is better, but I prefer Corbett.
I don't think that connection would be paid consistently, but I could be proven wrong. So
no, you're right. Doing a Corbett, probably doing a jump, probably would get paid more.
Very hard, isn't that like what Sway Lu did, like front pike into Corbett? Not
yeah.
Doing that.
No, it's a hard one.
But Sky's an exceptional beam worker, so if anyone could do it,
when she chooses to be. I love you, Sky Blakely. That's not a read. That's just, it's 2024, my darling. Like, we can't be having these small errors in 2024. You did very good in 2023 until it came to World Championships. So we got to get that. We got to get that. big competition mindset together, girl. Um,
What was the E pirouette she was training?
I think she was training a Healy full too. So we have Gabrielle, who is doing a starter full to a perfect handstand, and everybody is so geek, and I'm everybody. But I don't think the starter full is the ultimate skill she's working towards. I think she's trying to get her in bars back, and I think her starter full is the beginnings working to getting her in bar full back.
I would be really bummed if she didn't have her M bars.
It's very hard once them girls lose those in bar swings. It's very hard for them to get them back.
Totally. Aaliyah Mustafa famously said, "Getting my M bars back were harder than getting."
Mm-hmm. And then we have Shay Campbell, who finally did a 10.0 vault. I think she tried to do your Yurchenko 1.5 one time and got very hurt. So stop doing that. So I think if she can land it consistently, I think that would be a very good upgrade for UCLA.
So just because I'm not such a huge college gym fan, and so I'm not such a big strategist either. I don't know the strategies in play so well. That her upgrading for a half a tenth is worth the deduction she might incur from the DTY when she can do a perfect full twist in your eyes.
It depends on how well she can do the Yurchenko double.
I
But
think
yeah,
she can do it really clean in the air, but I don't think she can stick it the way she can stick her full.
and that's the issue. That's the issue with college gymnastics. Yes, it's worth the upgrade because that is UCLA's biggest hurdle is vault because they don't have that many 10.0 vaults. They don't have a bunch of your Chico fulls on their vaulting roster. And the way judges score college vault, it's harder to score a 9.9 on even a clean or a perfect Yurchenko full versus a sloppy DTY.
So is it?
They tend to score a sloppy DTY higher than they would score a perfect. Like sometimes Shay can do a perfect Yurchenko full and score 9.85, 9.875, depending on the set of judges that she's in front of. Versus Jordan, who was never sticking her Yurchenko double 9.9s almost the whole season. So yeah,
Ashley Nat. I love bringing her up.
So I think the way they score in college is worth the upgrade.
So you don't think that UCLA can win a national championship in the year 2024 or whatever with all 995 start value vaults?
I don't think anybody could win a collegiate national title without having at least 4 vaults that start from a 10.0 on their team.
I wonder if there has been a team which was the last team to do that, something like that.
It hasn't, not since they changed the vault code. That's how Oklahoma has been able to.
When did they change it?
I think it was 2013.
Okay.
I think.
It would be like 2003 Worlds, how the U.S. won with all the 1.5s.
Yeah, if it was either Bridget Salone was still competing, so it was like 2013, 14, 15, somewhere in that year they changed that rule because everybody just was doing your Chinko fulls. Like there was no even Like nobody was even trying to do anything harder than the Roshenko pull. So
Because it
they,
was worth a 10.
huh?
Because the fall was worth a 10.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So
What do you think about with Shay's floor? How her middle pass is a front layout to a front full. Obviously, I can understand it being like specific to each gymnast's preference and what they're like comfortable with. But I would just assume that it'd be easier to stick the front full to front layout than the way she was performing it.
I would think so too, but like you said, maybe it's she feels more comfortable doing a twisting landing to stick, maybe than a front. Maybe she feel like she's gonna always rotate the front layout and like step out of bounds. It's mine. I don't know.
Could it be because she gets to a 10 that way by putting the skills in that order?
I don't think so because she does 3 tumbling passes and she do 3 tumbling passes of sufficiency. So
Okay.
I don't think so. I just think it's her preference. Because like at one point Trinity was doing as her middle pass front layout through double twist in front.
Huh?
When she was a junior, when she was a freshman, that was her. She was trying to do all 3 E passes or something like that.
What? So she opened with the double A?
She opened with a double layout. She was doing as a second tumbling pass, handspring front layout, front double twist. And I think she was in either with a double, I think a double pike.
That's an E in NCAA?
No, I think it's a D. But
Okay.
if you do the double pike as the last tumbling pass, I think you get bonus.
Mm. Have you read through the rules, the NCAA rules?
No. not even had curiosity to do so. Like it was just like, okay, whatever. So, what do you think? How do you think Gabby? Now, okay. Before we go to Gabby, let's talk about Simone and her art grades first, and then we can put routines together.
Okay.
So Simone Biles gave us a Christmas gift the other day, and just released a shit ton of training videos of her just throwing some massive, massive, massive skills.
Let's do Olympic order. Let's do vault first and with floor.
Perfect. Let's play the video I posted. I made Simone's upgrades, and because they're all there in Olympic order.
Oh,
She
really?
has no real beam upgrade. She's never doing a Schaefer on beam, so let's not even pretend like that was there, because that's not going to happen, you guys.
That was so interesting, though. Like, I wonder what type of ego boost that gave a gymnast like Pauline Schaefer. Like, ha, bitch, you can't even do my skill that well.
It's a hard skill, and it's really undervalued. That should be like a G.
Definitely, it should be upgraded. I agree.
I
So,
don't understand why it's an E, because I'm like, maybe it goes to a cap, but then I'm like, there's no cap on that. Like, it's an acrobatic skill. It should be a G.
do you want me to play the Gag City short or the video, Simone Biles' new upgrades?
The video.
I just thought of a question for you for later. All right.
Okay. Story, everybody. Story, story, story. I mean, I've been storying since the show started, but hey, Johnny.
this is an iconic moment. So let's be quiet for 1 second.
Makayla loves gymnastics. Makayla loves gymnastics. And you could pause it if you want to see something that you want to talk about specifically.
Well, I'm just, I've seen all of these videos, I'm guessing, but because I looked at Simone's story or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is so cute. I'm just fixating on what she captioned it, that like she's really excited that she has her almanac back or something, you know? The exclamation points, like that's so sweet. Should I keep playing it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the safest vault for her out of all of the vaults that she do.
Do you remember when Laurent said, like, we're never bringing the almanac back?
He did, and I'm sure Simone was like, "Bitch, yeah, the fuck we are." LeBron probably was like, "Okay, fine. If you want to learn the armor, we're gonna bring the almanac back. Then you have to upgrade to the full twist and double tuck." That probably was the damn trade off.
No one at World Champion Center, that whole camp, wants her to do a triple twisting Yurchenko.
Looking at her training videos, her twisting technique is definitely off. Like,
Oh,
her armbar was high. It just was very short. I don't think her armbar is ready to be landed yet.
What? In what way? What do you mean short? Rotation?
Yeah, I think if she was doing that ball on the ground, she would have landed it on her behind.
Oh, wow, that's not how it looks to me, but I wasn't really like looking for that. Can I rewind it?
Sure.
I just thought. Is that really how you feel, Makayla?
Yes.
I don't see it. The BIOS. My favorite vault.
Mine too.
Okay, people were trying to fight me on Twitter last night because I said that the last time we saw Simone do this vault was in Tokyo, not in 2019. But I couldn't find a video when I looked for it last night. But I swear I've seen video of her.
She did do it one time in podium training.
What'd you say?
She did do it one time in podium training.
Oh, okay. So I'm not crazy. Okay, good.
You're not crazy. It's just, again, for whatever reason, USA Gymnastics is really scrubbing their podium training videos. I don't know if they're going to re-release them at another point, but
can I shout out a YouTube channel?
Sure.
The channel Alicia has such good competitions. They upload very consistently. They're also very friendly and will respond to your messages if you're looking for a specific competition or routine that you can't find. And they've also been uploading lots of old Olympic US podium, not just US actually, podium training videos from other Olympics. Okay.
And this is what I don't understand, because if she could do a full twist and double tuck on vault, then they need to but they need to allow her to do the tuck version of the bows vault, so they could put that in the code of points. So when she upgrades to that full twist, it can make sense. Like, I'm not mad that they gave the double pipe the 6-4. That's what it should be worth, but it just made no sense by what they was giving it last quad. So they need to, when they focus on these upgrades, first of all, they need to make them at least send her to a World Cup something so that she can get the easier version of the skill that she wants to eventually do in the code of points. So when she do the skill that she eventually wants to do, they could give it the correct value.
So then right here, right now, what is the Yurchenko double tuck valued at, and what is the full in valued at?
I think if they give the Yurchenko double pike a 6'4",
Yeah, working
and
for.
the Yurchenko double tuck probably would be somewhere like a 6'0".
Oh, really?
What do you think?
I asked you because I actually don't know this part of the code well. I don't know what a front handspring is, like what the difference is in that in the start value of a front handspring ball, for instance, with one flip, and then you add a full twist to it. I don't know what that adds to the start value, because that's what I would assume would be fair to use that for the double flipping, you know?
The pike version, Johnny, is worth a 6'4", so that's why I'm going 6.0 for the tuck version. Yeah, we're gonna get to the Moors in a second, Johnny. We're gonna get to the Moors in a second because they're about to fuck up Simone Flora and give Rebecca the Andrade the gold medal at the Olympics, and I'm so sad about this. But I digress.
Did what I said makes any sense to you?
Yes, it makes complete sense to me. If the Prudenova vault is a 6'8" in the current code, no, is it? I think it's a 6'0". I don't know what it is.
5'6" or 6'0" sounds right. And then the yo vault is a 5'8".
Yeah, so
You
a
know,
double tuck. I would gather they would give the double tuck a 6 start value because the double pike is a 6'4". So
wait,
I would.
sorry. Let me let you finish.
So I think each half turn would get 4/10 of a point. So the full twisting double tuck vault would probably be worth a 6'8", in my opinion.
So what do you know what a front handspring with one flip laid out is worth? Like a 3?
No, like the vault like the vault they used to do in the 90s.
Like a super compulsory vault, one flip. Not the double flip, like the Yang Yun, banana shaped Jesus Christ. 2000.
Oh, just a handspring front. Oh, I have no idea.
But that's what I'm saying. I would build from that. If you add a full twist to that vault, whatever that difference is, that's how I would work it with the adding the full twist to the double back, Yurchenko double back. Unless you have a reason why that isn't a good comparison.
I don't know. Well, my comparison would be like a straight, like a Yurchenko layout, and then adding a full twist to that.
When you do a Yurchenko layout, you could just they're doing 1.5 flips, but you could, no one does a Yurchenko with a half flip. You just go over the table.
I'm not saying Spencer doesn't know what he's talking about, Johnny. It's just that doesn't make any sense because
7-2. How do you get to 7-2?
it doesn't make any sense because that's why I'm saying for Laurent and Cecile, if they want that vault, if she can actually ever does it, and they want it to be credited correctly, they need to send her to a World Cup and get the double tuck valued. So whatever the double tuck is valued at, so let's say they value the double tuck at a 6'2", and the double pike is a 6'4", which again, I think that would be reasonable. Then the full twisting double tuck will be a 7. But if they value the double tuck at a 6'0" or a 5'8", The full twisting version would be let's say 5'8". So a half twisting vault would be 6'2". The full twist would be 6'6". If they value the double tuck at a 6.0, the half twist would be a 6'4", and the full twist would be worth a 6'8". In my point of view. Spiritual said that they would technically be 7.2, but we know the FIG would give it a 6'8". Or yeah, it's something like that. I just don't. I really hope that the vault that she's really working on is that Bowles one vault and her Armonar. Those are the two vaults she needs to beat Rebecca Andrade for the gold medal on vault. She doesn't need her double pike. She doesn't need this full twist and double tuck. She just needs her Bowles, one vault, and an Armonar. And she's the gold medalist on vault quite easily.
Well, what's the name for like if we made a list of like 10 predictions for Paris Olympics, right? And then we like rank them in. You could rank them in multiple ways, but one way would be in order of how surprised you would be if it actually happened. And one of them would, for me, would definitely be like, how gagged would you be if Rebecca showed up with the Biles ball and an Omnar?
I would be gagged. I would be even more gagged for her ACL because
she's like, this is the last competition of my life.
That's a lot of vaulting. That's a lot of vaulting. Like people, because we see what Simone can do on vault, so we don't appreciate her easier vault, which is a lot of vaulting for normal people. Like one of Simone's easier vault is that damn chunk. Like it's a lot of vaulting. It's a lot of vaulting. Let's continue the video.
The video, okay. Well, when you think about it, she really was competing at Lopez for like 3 years. So she didn't rush into it or anything.
It took her a while to figure out the damn charm, but then once you figure it out.
Ooh. What do you think about how right here she's laid out? Because she like holds the layout and then goes into the tuck so late, I thought.
That's kind of how she does her full twist and double tuck. Like she does the full twist layout and brings the tuck in.
Oh, on floor and bars, you mean, indeed?
Mm-hmm.
It looks
more
prominent from here. Okay, that was a Moors or a full twist double?
Her Moors. Okay, so stop it there because I want to ask Johnny. I really feel like they brought the fuck up Simone's floor routine, you guys. Like, I know you guys love the hard tumbling, right? I know y'all love the bows too, and then the Moors, and I just don't feel like Simone needs to do all of that to win. Like, I know she's capable, but we've seen from last Worlds that the girls can't keep, even Rebecca on her best day can come close to Simone, but
what? No, she did not. She was not even within a half a point of Simone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying on her best day she could come close, but there's no need.
Yeah, a half a point.
That's closer than anybody else got. So yes.
That was Rebecca's bestest floor ever, and it 14.666, and Simone was getting 15s on floor, so 15-1.
So there's just no need. There's just no need for these hard ass tumbling passes. Like what she does right now is hard enough. Like if she wants to upgrade her difficulty, add a triple wolf turn. learn a harder leap, learn a new spin. It's not that she can't do these tumbling passes. They're just so prone to flying out of bounds. I don't.
I have a suspicion that she posted some of these videos, like the Moors, or I could see her throwing the Moors in, or like using the Moors as her first pass again. But some of these felt like just to prove to people, hey, I can do these skills. You haven't seen me do them since like I had the twisties or whatever, but like just to shut a few haters up, maybe.
Which would be smart, but see, the issue is her head coach is Laurent Landy, and that man just likes to make her do everything.
Yeah.
That man don't know the word less is more. Like, he is like, oh, you can do a triple back? Triple back is going into this routine. And she's like, what?
Except that they did scale back this season, and it worked really beautifully.
And I'm just very afraid that it was like, okay, y'all thought it was sweet. Y'all no, triples and triple twists and double layouts and full twisted double back vaults and triples off of beams. And it's like, yay, Simone can do them, but god damn. And it's like not even her execution is bad. It's just why everybody else is doing a double. Your Chico full. Mama don't need to do your Chico full with another fucking backflip in it. Like,
personally, I could do without triple doubles on every event for everyone. They're just not pleasing to my eye. Very impressive. Don't get me wrong.
I think the triple double on floor should have been just like the Yurchenko double pike vault. It should have been something that she like, hey, look at what I could do. I got it named after me. I'm never doing it again. Like, it's one of them things you'll see me do it once in qualifications just to get it named.
No, in the floor final.
Or floor finals where well, no, it depends, because I feel like in floor finals, with Rebecca Andrade there, she can't be flying out of bounds on 4 tumbling passes and still expected to win. But with Jessica Gadarova there, she can't be flying out of bounds on 4 tumbling passes and still be expected to win.
Are you talking about 2024 Olympics or 2023 Worlds? Because 2023 Worlds, Simone didn't really care so much about beating Rebecca and being world champion. She would have taken that silver with an out of bounds, but she had it named after her. Or am I getting it confused? Because we were talking about Tokyo also when she got it named after her.
I'm talking about in 2024 when Mama goes to the Olympics. The only reason she's back, in my opinion, is to gather the gold medal she did not get in Tokyo.
Is that not kind of cynical perspective? It's not just to have clean performances. Compete clean, compete well, do what you're capable of.
No, I think it's to gather the gold medals. Just like Gabby Douglas is back. Gabby ain't back to just do gymnastics. Gabby wants some damn medals. So, like,
yeah, that was so cool hearing her talk about how she wants more than one individual medal. Like, she just does. That's her goal.
So, I think for Simone is to prove that she could have competed. Like, I don't like for Simone, I think the only reason she's back now is because of Rebecca Andrade, because now she has competition. Beforehand, I think if it wasn't for Rebecca, I think it's the pure thrill of competing for Simone at this point. And I'm here for it.
When did that happen? When did she get motivated by that, according to you? Because I would argue that I want to hear what you think.
I think after 2022 World, she seen how well the Americans did without her, but then she saw how it was like she saw how Rebecca Andrade was doing to the competition, what she was doing, and she was like, I wonder, because they never had, like, even in like Rio, she was far better than Rebecca in Rio. Then in Tokyo, the twisties things happened, so we never really got to see the head to head that everybody wanted to see.
2019, she wasn't doing vault and floor. She was just doing bars.
Rebecca?
Yeah.
I think she was just doing bars and beam in 20. So I think is that she has competition. There is a very strong possibility of an all-black podium at the Olympics. I don't think Simone will say it, but I do think it's gathering more records. Like,
I'm gonna use the bathroom really quickly.
I would not want competitions. I can still fight for my landings, but at least I know I'll still win easy if I go out of bounds. I don't think it's gonna work like that for Simone anymore. I think that's why they changed the rules. I don't think, to be honest, under this call of point, let Cecile and Laurent Landy fuck around and have Simone try some stupid crazy vault that Spencer says like, oh yeah, it's gonna be worth a 7-2, so let her fall on it if she can fall safely. Just to let Simone fall on vault and give you 2 out of balance on floor, and watch Simone get 2 per country out of the all around final.
By who?
Suni and Gabby.
Sorry, Charlize.
I love Charlize, but I know what Suni can do, and I know Suni almost was getting ready to beat Simone in 2021 already, and then Gabby and Simone
That's why
already have their rivalry, and Gabby already wants to prove that she can. I don't think she could beat Simone, but keep up with Simone. So
that's what I asked about. When did she get motivated by Rebecca? Because I was like, I could argue that Suni in 2021 at trials like that shifted her perspective a bit.
I think so too. It's just hell, even with Charlize, if Charlize and her coaches stop playing with her upgrades.
What's your coach's name?
I have no clue.
Scorn Gold. I don't know her real name. Should I keep playing?
Yes. So, yes. So sorry, everybody.
That one's so hard to see. Like, bring the camera closer, Simone.
Yeah, that Schaefer is never gonna happen, you guys. Just like
Neither are these M-bars.
they're not gonna happen, but a bitch could dream. A girl could dream. Zoe Miller looking at her like, yeah, girl, that was not good. Yeah, girl, you put your whole body in between your arms, not just your knees. Like, that was not good.
Okay, that is very impressive combination. This is like, has she
But
trained
that
strong before or something?
Maloney to the Shank, that look like that's for the half band. That look like that's real close to being part of this routine.
I agree because she caught it. She caught it. To me, I don't know about coaching bars so much, but it seems like she overdid it rather than underdid it.
Correct.
Like straight arms. So what is that going to be worth?
What?
Versus, is there another video after this one? Oh, one more. Oh no. So how is this going to change Simone's bars D score?
The Twitter account Sky Slakely, you know, I love that. First of all, for whatever reason, people think I have beef with a lot of the black gymnastics creators. No, I love them. First of all, I don't know if the Sky Slately account is a black person or not because I don't know what they look like. But Andy, I think they're black.
Why do you think
I have
that
no,
people think that about you?
huh?
Why do you think that people think that about you?
Me and addicts. So I really encourage the other black gymnastics creators. Like, this is what my goal has always been, like, to highlight the gymnasts of color, especially the black gymnasts, because they just haven't been so overlooked in my eyes in gymnastics history throughout the eons, right? So,
That's how I know you.
correct. So people feel like if Sky posts a video and they tag the Sky Slately account in it over me, I'm supposed to get mad or something. Like, and I'm like, no, like, this man loves Sky so much that his whole Twitter account. I mean, I love Sky, not that much. So
It's Twitter. It's like you all have different followers and like different relationships.
so in conclusion, not in conclusion, but I put together a bar routine that I thought would be efficient, but they were like, no, the bar routine that I think it would be this, and this, and depending on her dismount, it could be a 6'3" or a 6'5". And I'm like, wow.
Out of nowhere, it felt like to me, everyone suddenly, after these videos dropped, everyone wants her to do her Fabricnova dismount.
That's another one I don't think is gonna happen again. But
it was just so confusing because everyone was saying how good a choice it was to stick with the full twisting double tuck right before, up until the videos dropped, and then the videos dropped and everyone's changing this
because they want her to do Wilder Kip half, Maloney Shang, and then they want her to do toe full. This is why they want her to upgrade her dismount, because right now she's doing toe full to full in and getting the combination bonus and dismount bonus that would been worth the same as a double dismount. But they want her to take the toe full to full in out, and they want her to do the toe full to a Takachev to a Pat to get that series bonus. Then do Van Leeuwen.
Bar?
Yes, they want her to do toe. They want her to do start off on low bar, Wilder Kip half, Maloney to a shank, then go toe full, Pat, pipe, Takachev, Pat, then go Van Leeuwen, then go Fabricnova. And they say that routine should be worth a 6'5".
Because Simone couldn't do a pack out of the shank for 0.2.
But then she would be missing skills.
Why can't she just do them after? Or before even? Like, okay, if she
I think that would be...
Weiler half.
Balls is not Nina DeWild on bars. Like, we're asking a lot for her.
Totally, but That's why I'm not even sure she could do it. I think she could do it in training. I don't know that she could compete it consistently, a pack out at the Shang.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
But I just think that it's okay. So she's not doing that. Why not, like another Shaposh to a Tkachev instead? Has she never done that?
I don't think so. Well, she used to do a Shaposh to a Tkachev, but I'm not sure. Don't make me.
Isn't that funny though? How a Shaposh to Tkachev is more than any type of Shaposh have. Like
I know.
just a regular old Tkachev.
It's just so many possibilities now that because that Maloney Shang really because that could be just her only high bar release move, and she could do other things. Like it really.
Like what? What types of things would Simone Biles do on bars?
Yeah, maybe Simone would come through with an Aviva next year out of nowhere.
Where would the Imbar go? Or the Imbar fall?
Before the dismount.
No.
It's like, hell no.
But I want it to work because that's another skill. I mean, would she still even do her toe fall or whatever if she has an Imbar? Is she doing an Imbar fall?
Maybe that would be the upgrade. Instead of doing a toe full, it would be an M-bar full.
Or she does both, and that's just the extra skill instead of the Takacha or whatever.
Because right now she's doing a Pike Tkachev pat. Would the M-bar full to a pat be worth the same?
Imbar full to pack? I think that's only a 10.
What's a Pike Tkachev to a pat?
A 10.
A
It has
10.
to be an F for it to be 0.2.
So yeah, it would be worth the same. So yeah.
I just hope she drops the giant full.
I think that's the plan.
So, Makayla, could she triple back off of bars? If she wanted to?
I think Simone could do a triple back if she wanted to.
Would she tuck it or pike it?
I don't even think we ever see a man do a Pike triple back off of bars. Have we?
Oh, I don't know. Donnell's done it off rings.
I would assume tucked.
That's surprising if that's true because someone has done like, oh fuck, what's his name? Bell? The triple back with the full twist off high bar.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna need 2 jackets.
Like that's gonna be, but that's some crazy shit. That's like Laurent Landy would have her do is do a triple Pike off of bars when like. But we have seen people do a triple tuck off of bars though, so that wouldn't be
multiple.
Yeah, it's in the quota points already. So yeah, that wouldn't be unreasonable actually. Now that I think about it.
How do you say that gymnast's name? Magana or Magana?
I think it's Magana. I think she was also a Mexican gymnast.
And I think Elizaveta Us or Anna Kalmakova, the new Russian seniors, trained them. Also, speaking of triple back, Sky Blakely did one on floor, and Reese Esponza, the junior floor champion, she did hers.
Now I think Sky training a triple back would be because Sky has a beautiful tuck position, so I think that would be. I mean, I'm not saying that's what I think Sky should do as a dismount, but I can see it from Sky Blakely.
Oh,
I
on
can see it from
bars.
Columbia Lincoln.
I don't think I could see that from Sky on bars. I could see it on floor before I see it on bars.
Really? Okay.
Because she doesn't even do a backwards dismount.
I hope she learns one for the NCAA because, man, her sister be stressing me out with that damn double front off of damn bars on Florida.
Okay.
I love you so long, but you be stressing me out with that damn double front.
Which event is Simone most likely to do a front double layout?
Simone Biles?
Yeah. Just floor?
Simone Biles?
You're like it couldn't happen on any of them, right? Isn't that what you think? Okay. Where does the Morse, how does that change the start value? I think it only just increases the first line by, goes from an H to an I. So 1/10, unless you move the other passes to make them harder, you know? Like her first pass becomes her second pass. And then
So
ends with
from the training videos and what people want to see, in my opinion, they want to see her do the Biles 2 as her first pass. They want to see her do the Morris as her second pass. Then they want her to see her do her punch front through to a double double as her third pass. And they want her to end with her full twist and double layout split lead.
like the front full or just a punch front?
Punch front full through to a double double like she does as her second pass now.
And the last one is what?
Full twist and double layout to her split lead.
Wait, that's not what she does now. So what's her second pass gonna be?
Her Morris.
Oh, I thought the Morris was the first pass. You're doing her hardest routine, the triple
That's
double.
what people. This is the routine that people want her to do from these training videos. They want her to open up with her Biles 2. They want her to.
How I feel about the triple doubles. I just don't need that at all.
Well, people want it. People need it, and then they want the Morris to be her second tumbling pass, and then they want her to do a punch front full through to her double double, and then they want her to end with a full twist and double layout split lead. This is the stupid hard floor routine that they want her to do.
We're past the era of make your routine as hard as possible, or like do the hardest things. I thought.
Well, out of all of those tumbling passes, only one of those tumbling passes need to be in this routine, and it's not the first two.
So there's no Biles one?
They want her to take that out and to replace it with those harder tumbling passes.
I've seen these people with these opinions online. I literally just tune them out because I disagree so hard. I just scroll past it.
I can't help but to be like, really?
No.
And then they want her to add her triple wolf turn in that bitch too.
Right. Like they just want her to get a 7.0. That's how I felt like 2 years ago.
Get a 7.0 now, just adding the triple wolf turn and always doing a leap out of one of those tumbling passes, and I think that would be her 7.0. I don't think she needs to add. I wouldn't mind if she take out her Biles 1 though, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, like that tumbling pass is very stressful. Like,
really, not for me.
or do it out in a combination so it will be, or like I don't know, like.
But do you think she can't? You're not cool with her bringing back the Moors? I'm somehow okay with that.
No, that's the main one I don't want her. I would rather her do the triple double than the Moors.
I just think the Moors is like the most points gained for the easiest for her to do, like that type of balance. Like it seems like she would gain so much, right?
Well, when she was doing the Moors, that's when she was in her fly out of bounds error. Like at least with her triple double, it was like more percentages of her staying in balance than flying out of bounds. But with that Morris, it was just
You're right.
always out of bounds. Like always, like
You're right. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I forgot.
it just was not. I mean, in the air it was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but the landings was very sus.
Do you think Simone is really getting the half turn around on her bios one this season?
I think she's just doing it much later than she used to do. Like she's basically doing the full double layout and then doing the half turn at the very end. Like before she used to do it a little bit earlier. I think that's why she's having such a hard time doing the leap out of it. Like she's trying. But I don't think she I think she just should just stop doing the leap out of that and add the leap to the full twist and double layout. Like she used to do.
Do you think she should start doing the 1.5 turning jumps? Like the popo with the half twist?
I don't know why the judges are so hard on those leaps and not giving them credits around. Like a lot of those leaps I would give credit to, but even like her damn
Have like a recent reference. Like who is the most recent gymnast to do one of those jumps?
I think they stopped doing them after their '08 quad because they just was not giving them credit for. I think Alicia Sacramone was the last one that I can remember doing one.
Mine is more recent. Yesenia Ferreira from Cuba, right?
I don't remember her doing one.
She definitely did it, yeah.
But they just don't give them. Oh, Julia Steingruber did one, I think.
Oh, I bet she would.
But they just don't give them credit for them, so that's why the girls just choose to do a popa.
I bet Jessica Gadarova could add a half turn to her popa.
You think they would give her credits for it?
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess I'm saying I'd be surprised if she couldn't do it.
Because even like Simone's, what do they call it? Gojian skill.
That's different to me.
But they don't ever give most people credit for that skill.
For a good reason, I think.
But
And
I think
that you should be able to deduct for more than they do to deduct for the landings of the Gojians, like the bounces out of it.
But I think, from my point of view, most people get them around. It's close.
Their feet, their actual toes. I don't see those people doing the ones, but I see like a lot of people get like twisting into the floor, and you know their torso is facing a different direction than their toes. Out of control.
Why? Out of control. Someone did a Johnson stat lead as her first.
Ooh, who's most likely to like do a
Hey,
boom?
friend. Go ahead.
I asked who's most likely to do a Boulamar, the Johnson with a full.
I think that's the leap Jordan Childs need to learn. I think Jordan Childs will have a beautiful one.
I love that leap.
I actually think maybe even a girl like Kalia Lincoln would have a spectacular one with the height on her leaps.
Why not? She's a great jumper.
What upgrades do you think everybody needs to do? Okay, first of all, from because we're almost at the end of the year, who at this point would you put in contention for the Olympic? Like out of all of the girls who are saying that they're trying for, like, how many girls do you really think have a legitimate shot to make the team?
This is a great question. I'm looking for my, like, around nationals this year. I made like a power ranking for the seniors, because you're just talking about the US, right?
Yes.
So I don't have the juniors on there, but I could easily tell you from these girls. Like I would think these girls out.
I think legitimately, Ursa said they believe that is
6.
about 16.
That's
I think legitimate with a shot to make the team, I think it's about 7 or 8.
no, it's more than that.
I think it's Simone, Charlize, the World Championship teams, Simone, Charlize, Sky, Leanne. Ooh, not the whole, because I don't think Jocelyn Robinson has a legitimate chance. I mean, she does, but
I think she's definitely on my list. I included her.
okay. So I'm taking Jocelyn off. So I'm saying Jordan Charles, Jade Carey, Gabby Douglas, Sudi Lee.
Kalia does not have a chance. That's interesting that you feel that way.
I think between those 8 girls, that and I'm so sorry, I'm disrespecting Mama
Zoe Miller.
DeSella.
Not Zoe Miller? Oh, you're like always saying how Zoe could make the Olympics.
I know, but I'm just.
Times have changed. It's post Worlds.
Gabby and Suni is back. So I mean, if we're gonna need, I think if Suni and Gabby can,
Makayla, just you wait for these Zoe Miller bar upgrade videos that are about to
man. I love Zoe. Y'all know how much I love Zoe Miller too, man. When I start seeing the Zoe Miller bar upgrades, then of course I'm going to put Zoe Miller back on my team and be like, "Fuck y'all, Zoe's going to the Olympics." But until then, even even if you take Suni out, the potential of a bar routine that I expect from Gabby Douglas, I still think surpasses Zoe Miller.
Okay.
And then hell, if Suni is just there to do bars, it's just hell. I could see a team being put together without Charlize Jones in it. Actually, I hope that's not the case, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, me too. But I could have seen that happening since nationals, or classics this year. Honestly.
Yeah, but then Charlize did the turning up of and see, this is what y'all got to understand about the turning up. Y'all see how Charlize turned up and didn't turn back down Sky Blakely? She just kept getting better. Sky Blakely. That's what you need to do. That's the kind of gymnast you need to be. Do y'all think world scoring will be accurate for the Olympics, or is it going to be like 2021?
What does that mean? Do you understand that?
I don't. So I'm going to ask Eric's friend to elaborate a little bit because I don't understand the question.
No, it was Johnny.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Johnny. I'm going to need you to elaborate, baby. I don't understand the question. And Ursa said it's not just about potential. She has to go out and hit because she's very rusty, Gabby.
Oh yeah, we talked
absolutely.
about that. How she's only made the Olympics when Marta was the team coordinator, and it's gonna be different, like less room for.
And that's what. Oh, okay. He's saying that 2019 scores were high and the Olympic scores were low. It's so hard because of the COVID year that happened in between. It almost feel like the Olympics kind of feel closer to this quad than last quad. Like,
Also, I don't know about that. Like, how are we measuring the scores? Because the highest bar, bars and beam scores were posted at the Olympics. 15.4 on bars, 14.9 something on beam. But maybe if you're talking about the average or median or something, that's a whole different story.
Maybe. I definitely think for Charlize to maintain her second place behind Simone as the second best all-around gymnast, where none of these comebacks and none of these juniors and none of these former Olympians return really matters to her and her gymnastics, is vault and floor. Like, I feel like Charlize fits beam. And I don't think they need to fuck with that beam routine. I don't think they need to upgrade or downgrade. They need to just maybe if anything else, maybe if they want to add a wolf turn to that beam routine, I would be okay with that. But
you're not like, okay. Are you only not okay with her doing a full in because of her event final dismount?
I feel like her event final dismount was a fluke because basically at the whole world, Charlize was sticking that double pipe.
She did. So how do you feel about it?
I just feel like the double pipe, maybe like the full in is cute for event finals.
Not all final.
But not like her main routine. Like I would trust her doing a wolf turn to get that E dance element in that beam routine, which would be, in my opinion, worth more than what does she does now, like a regular, just a full turn.
Yeah, she does a really not nice like dance series. It's like her Grace Makayla did. Maybe she also connects to other leaps, but she does the like full turn split jump or split jump full turn.
So I feel like Charlize doesn't do ring leaps, which is good. Charlize's hardest leaps are her mount and her switch half. So she needs another hard dance element in that routine.
Oh, dance element, sorry.
Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be upset with her adding a wolf turn to that. Or
she doesn't do a wolf turn?
She used to, but they took it out, which was good. But she does her wolf turns better now than she used to, so I wouldn't be.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I want you to finish. I'm sorry.
No, so I wouldn't be mad at her trying to reincorporate that to her beam routine because it's much improved than it used to be.
What about like a L turn, a 1.5 L turn?
Is it at a D? That would be when the girls need to take out those wolf turns. That's a great turn because you already do a single L, but adding a half turn to it. Like the series that what's mama name?
Oh, Khalees.
Khalees was working on her L 1.5 split half.
Mm-hmm.
So that would essentially be a DCD combination on the beam.
Did you how many times did JC Phelps perform that illusion half to gain or layout step out?
Once. And they took it right the fuck out.
Oh, they did? It wasn't like a routine that won her a medal or something? Oh. How many gymnasts can you think of just off the top of your head who would throw their upgrades for the all-around final, not the event finals?
Oh, that's a good one. Gabby was good for doing everything that she had in her routine in all around finals and then like missing combinations and shit for damn event finals. That was definitely
one. If you can think of any from the 90s also, that'd be interesting.
In the 90s, the rules was different because your routine could have started from a 10.0 in the all-around finals, but then in event finals, another 10th was required. So then your routine could have dropped to a 9.9. That was famously Dominique Dawes' issue a lot of the times, where her routines would start from a 10 in the all-around finals, but then come event finals, her routines would drop down to a 9.9.
Like bars specifically, right?
Bars and beam.
Really? I thought beam would have held up. It seems so difficult.
If you notice in event finals, especially in 93 and 94, she was doing a straddle split half because her routine was only starting from a 9.9, so she had to add a skill to make it start from a 10, so that's what she was doing.
Just a straddle jump with a half turn?
No, you know how like the girls do the straddle jump half sideways on beam now? Dominique Dawes was doing one of those in 93 and 94.
A Johnson, like a switch quarter?
No, like you know how they start off sideways on the beam and do a straddle jump with a half turn?
Oh, shoot, the transverse or traverse or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Dominique Dawes and Amanda Borden both was doing those in the 90s.
And those were D's last
Yeah. Those were D's in the 90s.
Shilese does Shilese still do a straddle? Just a regular?
No, because now they made the girls change the technique that they're, because they used to do like, they could do.
It was just a regular straddle jump. It was a C. It was sideways.
Who?
No twisting.
From Shilese?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if she still does it.
I don't think so.
You'll let me know if you want me to remind you of the topics, right?
Yes. So I know we've been on for an hour and a half talking about Simone and her upgrade. And hold on, I need to charge my other phone. Give me 1 second. Oh, is it charging? No, it's not charging. Hold on.
Shilese upgrades an Aminar. She's trained an Aminar. She's trained Stalder to Nabieva.
Yeah, that's like Shilese, like baby girl. Like you haven't disappointed me this quad, so I can't give you too much because you really have been that girl this quad for Team USA. Like,
who did she just surpass? She surpassed some crazy American gymnasts in terms of being like more decorated than them from this world.
I think she's more decorated than
like she's like the 6th most world's decorated gymnast or something.
Because of her 2 worlds that she went through, Mama came and was wrecking shop with eating those medals up. Like, the only thing Shilese doesn't have in her medal repertoire is a gold medal as an individual.
Yeah. And she said she wanted a gold medal from the Worlds.
Mm-hmm. But Shilese has to do things to make her routines more competitive with Rebecca and Simone. Like what Shilese needs to do really is to be like, I see Gabby Douglas is back, but I don't see her. I see Trinity Thomas is back, but I don't see her. I know Suni is back, but I don't see her. I know Scott Blakely is doing upgrades, but I don't see that. I know Jessica Gadarova is over there in GB working on. I don't see none of that. The only 2 girls that I see in my is Rebecca and Simone. And whatever Rebecca and Simone is doing, I need to do something that can keep up or be harder. That's what Shilese needs to do at this point. Shilese really needs to focus on beating those 2 girls.
Shilese became a senior in 2019, right?
I think she was a senior in 2017.
No, I don't think that early. But it's definitely from that Tokyo quad. So she is younger than Simone Rebecca. Right.
I think she turned senior in 2017 because she was the next. What was Gabby's coach name? Christian. She was his next gymnast.
She turned a senior in 2018.
Oh, 2018.
In 2017, she was 7th at the Classic, and had to withdraw from nationals due to injury. So she's young, she's had a shorter career than I'm curious. Do you have some water?
I have some water.
I'm curious if she like had to take a certain amount of time to work on building her confidence to a place where it was on par with those. Like, don't you? That's how it strikes me. I don't want you to agree. I'm just curious what you think about if now it feels like she's built her confidence to a place where it's more about physical, or it's more about she's able to do things physically that she wasn't able to do before.
I think when she turned senior in 2018, she turned senior when Simone made her first return back to the sport.
Confidence is what I think.
What I think happened is Tom Forster, who was a horrible national team coordinator, just did not understand the talent that he had in his hand with Charlize Jones, and did not know how to cultivate that talent to the gymnast that she is now. Whereas I think Chelsea Memo, because she went on the Gold Over America tour and Charlize was on tour with her, really saw what Charlize can do and really believes in her gymnastics and really understands that Charlize is probably one of the best girls on the team and really puts that energy into Charlize where Tom Forster didn't, in my opinion.
So do you think that her confidence, like, do you think she would be competing harder routines this past year if she hadn't had that breaking confidence? Or is it more complicated than that? Like maybe she wouldn't even be competing anymore because she would have gone to Tokyo.
Yeah. I think if last quad they would have put it. What I'm going to say is going to sound really mean. I don't mean it to sound like that. But this is just how I feel. I feel like last quad, one of the issues were that two of the Olympians should have never made the Olympic team, meaning that I'm not saying that their performances weren't good enough to make the Olympic team. That's not what I mean. I mean that via the talent that Team USA had should have put their focus on Charlize and Leanne a lot earlier than they did to put them ready for Tokyo. Like, because Leanne turned senior in 2019, Charlize turned senior in 2018. The powers of USA Gymnastics at the time should have saw those two talented young ladies and was like, oh, we need to get these juniors ready for Tokyo, not be like, we have Simone Biles, it don't matter who else makes the team. Everybody else do what you got to do.
That would eat so hard. Leanne, Charlize, and Morgan, and Suni.
Because Charlize should be right here at Florida right now, deciding if she's trying for this Olympics or not, like Leanne and Makayla. But who said that? Who said that? Hold on. Hi, Nisha, my friend. Who said that? I didn't say no names. I didn't say no names. I did not say no names, Ursa. I did not say no names. I just said two people who made the Olympic team should have not made the Olympic team. Not because they did not do well that quad. It's just other people were better than them that quad. And if we just really look at it, and other people just did not, their talents was not groomed. Their talents was not cultivated. They did not have people. They did not send people to these girls like, we need to get these start values up. We need to get these routines together.
Makayla,
okay, well, we're going to add the individuals because I wasn't even thinking about the individuals, Ursa. If we're going to add the individuals, 3 people who made the Olympic team should have not made that 2021 Olympic team. I don't want to say who was 3 people.
Where's the Makayla Patreon where you do name names? That should exist.
I think about doing that all the time. And let me tell you something. I think that's the thing that me and Addis should have done. And if me and Addis ever rebuild our friendship, I think that's what we would have to bring We Love Gymnastics, because that's the only way we could do it without getting in trouble like every damn week. But so I feel like Leanne definitely should have been on the 2021 team. I feel like Charlize should have been on the 21 team. And if we're talking about individuals, we have plethora of other people who do other events other than vault and floor that should have been on the 2021 Olympic team. So take that for how you will.
What is the reason, if you're national team coordinator in 2020 or whatever, that you don't send Simone Biles as an individual?
Friend, I don't know if you used to follow me in 2020, but I've said that
since 2019.
I said that I used to make that argument all the time, that I feel like in 2021, if it's only they should have sent Simone as the individual.
Let her get all the individuals, and then all the U.S. girls like get their cute gold medal like together.
But I feel like the people, Tom Forster, the people that I don't feel like they would have. I don't feel like Team USA felt like they could have won without Simone on the actual team.
Or why they would never even think about wanting to risk that.
Yeah, they could have not put Simone on the actual team. Like, people would have called all kind of racism and all kind of everything, but
unless Simone wanted to.
Unless Simone wanted to, but
Simone Biles.
Simone did not want to, because she went through trials and everything trying to make the team.
Imagine Simone at like the Baku World Cup trying to qualify as an individual.
I think USA Gymnastics would have been shook. It was like, wait, what's going on here? Like, why are you doing this, Simone? Like, you
don't worry about it. Don't ask questions.
I also think okay, so I had 2 diabolical revenge plans for Simone last year. Y'all all know the one that I always talk about, how I feel like Simone could have been injured and did all of
the one that she used. The idea that she used.
Yes. But there is another one that I felt like she could have done too, which was go to the Olympic trials, make the team, and then have them name her to the team, and then be like, you know what? I am a Belizean citizen. You know, I would rather represent Belize. So, yeah, I'm sorry, America. I'm going to the Olympics and representing Belize.
Logistically, wouldn't someone know that she had an FIG license for Belize?
I think she does.
Oh, she does.
I think she does. I think she was playing around with. I think she was so mad at USA Gymnastics at one point in time that she did get licensed for Belize, because I think it was a thing. Like,
I really want
is that USA Gymnastics for a while. But I do know she has Belizean citizenship. She might not have an FIG license, but I do know she has dual citizenship to both countries.
She definitely is a dual citizen, but you can only hold one FIG license at a time?
Oh, okay.
That's what someone's saying. It's not fact.
Oh, okay.
I'll look into this later.
But my love for so how do we think UCLA is looking for the upcoming season? Thank you, Esther, because we've been stuck on this As we should. I mean, Simone throwing these upgrades for it. That's some great gymnastics gifts. Like, thank you, Simone Biles, for doing that for us. Like,
Simone, we
I hope
love
you're not upset with all of the damn predictions and trying to tell you what routines that you should do. It's just part of what we do over here on the Gym Internet. Mean nothing of it, Simone. Like, we mean nothing by whatever you choose to do. Yeah, do the same routines you did last year. Trust me, we'll be hyped.
Or bring back your 2013 routines.
We'll be hyped. We'll justify how you should beat Rebecca Andrade with anything that you do.
What a statement to like win if she was like the national champion of 2024 with her like JO routines.
Wow, that would be. I think. I don't know if she could still do some of the skills she was doing because she was doing a 2.5 twist front layout. I haven't seen Simone do that in many moons. So I'm not sure that's. I'm sure she could relearn it, but I'm not sure if she would want to. Like, but
did she ever do a 1.5 through the double pike? Was that one of her tumbles?
I know at one point, I don't know if she was doing it through to a double. I think she was. I do remember that from American Cup, or
there was one at American Cup. She went out of bounds on it, I think, or something.
And then at one competition, she was doing a 1.5 through to a full in.
Oh wow!
In pike, full in pike.
Yeah, Raw Akbar.
2021, yeah, in 20, yeah, she was doing a 1.5 through to a full in pike.
Oh,
man,
wow.
Let me tell you something else.
I've never seen that. A full twisting double pike.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Who else has done a 1.5 through to full twisting double pike?
I don't. Hell, there's not very many people I could think of who did a 1.5 through to a full in, let alone a full twisting double pike. But
probably some Soviets.
Probably. So thank you, and thank you, Gabby. Like, I understand why everybody's like, why don't Gabby do it? Because the second that Gabby, y'all don't celebrate Gabby the way y'all celebrate Simone. The second Gabby start posting training videos, y'all are going to critique her to oblivion. And we already know that Mama said in her New York Times interview that she's very fragile to social media. That's why she barely pay our asses any attention, because the things that we say hurt her feelings. So she's right to stay away from social media.
I was surprised that when I reposted her story, she like viewed it.
Yeah.
Wow. Simone will never ever be appreciated enough, in my opinion.
Before we move on to the meat and potatoes, because it's going to be a long show. I feel like this with Simone. I even feel like, even for me, because I love Gabby so much, I don't defend Simone the way that I should. But I will feel like this. I don't think it's fair for y'all to always compare Nadia Comaneci to Simone Biles. Like, it's not a fair comparison. I understand, like, during Nadia's era, she was that girl.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's unfair to Nadia.
No, it's unfair to Simone. I get it during Nadia's era. It's like, it's not fair. I don't feel like it's a fair comparison to compare Svetlana Horkina to Simone Biles either, because neither one of them were dominant during their eras. If you go back and watch their competitions, yes, they won a lot of medals, but it's not like they were dominant in winning those medals. It could have went either way. Whereas Simone, other than being, it's like as soon as Simone Biles walk into the arena, you know what events she's gonna win, other than being. And she might make bar finals, she might not, but we don't expect her to win bars. But
And that type of dominance has never really existed in the sport.
Never. Never. Not Nadia Comaneci, not Shannon Miller,
Like
not Burkina.
if anyone for me, it would be like someone like a Latinina.
Like from the 70s.
No, the 60s and the 50s. Because actually, from what I've read in articles, people would be very confident in their predictions of that she was just gonna like these medals would be hers at this competition if she went and was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like people don't talk about, like Corkina. Yeah, she'll win bars maybe if she hits, but nothing else.
And then even if you watch the Horkita bar routines where she won, Kathy Johnson Clark, the British, they all were rooting for somebody else. It's just Horkina was the one who won.
Which of her world bars titles was her most dominant one? Where it was the biggest, like she had the least competition, or she was the best compared to the second place person?
2001?
Where it was a 2001, was it Ejeva? Did she win silver? No, she won bronze, I think. So,
No, I think she won silver because of Katie Heenan from the America won bronze that year at Worlds on bars.
are you serious?
Yes.
I always confuse her with Samantha Sheehan.
No, Samantha did not win any individual medals, but Katie Heenan.
Oh, she won a floor medal.
Katie Heenan?
Samantha Sheehan. Didn't she?
2022, she won bronze on floor.
Yeah, I don't think she was at Worlds in 2001, was she?
No.
So in 2001, Ejeva was 6th that year. I was mixing up the years. And Renske Endel from Netherlands was 2nd. And
Ursa,
Katie
hold on. I gotta answer this question. Ursa, hold on. Let me ease your mind. Simone Biles will have washed Dominique Dawes. There's just no question about that. Let's continue. I love Dominique Dawes. Y'all know that, but
Isn't this interesting that in 2001, the silver medalist Renske Endel started from a 10, but Svetlana and Katie started from 9/8.
wow. Yeah, that is interesting. So, friend, let's break down the topics and let's go through the topics.
Okay, so I forget that Danielle Hippolito was 4th in the world.
Yeah, that was her world. That was her world domination era, 2001.
So, do you want to talk about the Olympic host cities?
Yes, let's start off with that. Let's
Because that
No,
was
let's do that for last. I have a video for that, and I don't remember how long the video is. I think it's like
12 minutes.
12 minutes. Yeah, let's say that for towards the end because I think that's fun.
All right. We could watch videos. I mean, we don't have to watch videos, but these are all just like I had like 3 things where it was just about a skill, like the junior who had the comb of a 1. The
Okay, yeah, we'll watch it.
Back. Okay.
And if anybody wants to get on, I don't know if I posted it in the chat, but I'll try to do it again. You can get on and we could talk about if you have any possible gymnasts you want to talk about their possible routine and the routines that they want to, that you feel like they could do in 2024, get on. If you want to talk about, I'm looking for a correspondent for the NCAA. I realize that I don't like the NCAA as much as I think I do. And I really don't pay that shit no attention. Like, I watch the competitions, but like the news in the back, I don't know. So If you would like to be part of the Gymnastics for Everybody's family, possibly in the future in 2024, the Story Podcast, because I'm thinking about changing the name to the show to the Story Podcast. Let me know, because I'm looking for somebody who can talk about the NCAA consistently, because I don't know it, Oscar don't know it, John don't know it.
But please come on and talk.
I said NCAA is whack. I'm sorry. Nisha, who I want to do it, is studying for her master's degree and has no time for us, which I understand. So,
do you know what the master's is in?
I never. You know what? I'm such a bad friend, Nisha. I'm so sorry. I will ask you when we get off what you're studying. I'm so sorry. Oh, you would be happy to do it, Ursa? Oh, okay. Okay. And that's a good, solid friend to the show. So maybe in the future we can have Ursa get on sometimes and talk about the NCAA. Can y'all talk about the Skinners? Oh, well, I guess we are going to talk about the NCAA. Okay. Yeah, we have to add that to the topics. So Oscar's going to tell y'all the topics first.
We can do that one right now, though, if you want.
Oh, okay. Nisha said she's working on her MBA at UCLA online. Oh, wow.
That's business, right?
Mm-hmm. Masters in Business Association, I think.
That's very impressive, Nisha.
My friend's smart. My friend's smart. I'm thinking about going back to school. I keep saying this. It's just going back to school and paying for college is two different things. And I really think I want to go back for journalism. But I'm not. I haven't made that commitment yet. But I really think I want to go back and really be a journalism so I could be like, yeah, bitch, I'm not just up here blogging. I'm a real gymnastics journalist.
Is there a program you know about?
I mean, I live in Tallahassee. We have like 3 big ass colleges around here. I have FSU, I have FAMU, and then we have our community college.
Nice.
And then we have Florida University, Gainesville, which is an hour-and-a-half bus ride, which I could do online classes there.
Right, you're so close. I can't believe you've never been to a UF meet.
I never cared about college gymnastics enough to go.
But you said you would go if I took you, right?
I care now, yes. I love college gymnastics. Watching gymnastics in person is so much more fun than watching it online. It's different. I'm not gonna say it's much more fun. It's different.
I went to an LIU home meet, and it was so fun. It was so.
I wish I lived in a city with a consistent college gymnastics team. I would go more often. Brody said I was doing good, then I forgot everything during finals, and that was the end of that. He's talking about his college journey.
Oh no.
Okay, so topic.
You want to talk about 2Pass and Skinner? I don't have anything to say about that because I feel like everything's been said.
I feel like this: the 2Pass routines. I understand both sides because as the fans, they're not as visually appeasing as the 3Pass routines. But I also understand as the athletes how the 2Pass routine saves, injuries or whatever.
Your body.
So can we come to some kind of compromise where if we're going to do a 2Pass routine, can we get a turn element or some kind of leap series or something where it makes it not so boring?
Are there any tumbling requirements in NCAA? Like
2 passes.
That's it. It's not like direction, or it's not about flipping the amounts of rotations.
I think one of the passes has to have 2 different saltos in it, but I think that's it.
What was the word?
Saltos.
No, that's totally. I just couldn't tell what you were saying. Is that all you had to say about it?
Yeah, I think it just should be if the girls are gonna do 2 passes to save them from injuries, I'm cool with that. You better give me a triple wolf turn or a minimal turn or a double L turn in the routine to make it make sense.
What do you say to people who are like, it's not difficult enough? If you can't do 3 passes, at least you shouldn't be allowed to do floor at this level.
There's an argument. There's an argument.
Oh,
Because
you would listen to them.
that's an argument. I mean, it's an argument. Like, I'm sorry, that's a very valid argument that they should require the girls to do 3 passes, and if you can't do it, you don't do floor lineups like that. It should maybe.
If you can't do a bar release, maybe you shouldn't do bars.
I mean, look, I understand that NCAA is different because they have to do these routines every weekend for basically 3 months in a row.
What
Whereas
happens if they don't?
Hmm?
What happens if a team wants to compete less to save the athletes? Can they?
No, they have to compete or they don't get their scores to qualify. But there are more athletes in the NCAA on the team, so one girl don't have to do every routine every weekend. That's a misconception that isn't necessarily true.
Jake Carey.
Correct, because it's like 10 to 12 people on a team, so you could mix and match it up where your star could only have to compete once a month if you need it to be that way.
What do you know what Nisha means? So what's the difference when some elites only do 3 passes instead of 4?
That's the comparison because in elite, most girls do 4 passes and some girls bring it back down to 3.
And some
But
do 2.
yeah, but see, 3 passes still
Sorry, I can't do that anymore.
balances. Like, I feel like 3 to 4 passes makes sense. 2 passes is too little. More than 4 passes is too much for a floor routine. From what I like, when the girls used to do 5 passes, it was too much. It was too much time length. That was
What about
ridiculous.
6 or 7?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I feel like, to be honest, I actually like 3-pass elite routines better than 4-pass elite routines because they have more time to do other things like dancing and the turns and the leaps. Like, unless your name is Simone Biles, where doing 4 passes don't mean shit to you. Like, Jordan Child's routine seemed much more constructually sound doing 3 passes versus doing 4 passes.
I agree 100%. Also, I like that you can space out the tumbles more in the minute and a half.
But when they do 2 passes in college, what they tend to do is, and see, if you're going to do 2 passes, I'm going to need one of those passes to be an E. Like, one of those passes are going to have to be a double layout or a full in or a handspring double twist in front or a handspring double front or something. Because what I don't like is
a D.
Huh?
A Rudy is a D. You can't
A
start.
Rudy is a D, yes, in college.
You don't like them starting with the Rudy and ending with the double twist. Punch front through the double twist.
No, like that's too, like, now y'all taking advantage of the quota points and y'all making the routines not fun. Like, and especially when it's like Rudy through to a layout step out as your first tunnel pass. Your last tunnel pass is a 1.5 punch layout. Your dance series is like basically nothing, and you're doing the robot for like a whole minute. Like, that's, I get what Makayla Skinner is talking about. Like, this is one of these times where I see her. I'm not gonna say I agree with her because I feel like if you are gonna do 2 passes for routines, it shouldn't feel like it's 2 passes, right? It should feel like there is still Like I think that's what the routines. Like if you are going to do two passes, it shouldn't seem like a two pass floor routine, right? It shouldn't just be a lot of fluff to fill in time.
Did Suni ever have a 2-pass routine in college?
Yes.
I thought that one was so good. The one that was like choreographed by her teammate.
Yes.
It was like really good.
And see, like Suni's two pass floor routine, it started off with the E. She did lots of dance elements in the middle of the routine, and she ended off with her tumbling combination. It did not feel like it was only two passes in that routine.
Wait, so an NQS, a national qualifying score, I'm guessing that can't be achieved if you start to compete later in the season?
No, because they count it from the very first meet. So it's
They're
like
using every single score to average to get the average?
yeah, it's your every single score, and then it's like your top 6 scores in your conference and your top 6 scores away.
So probably it's like you need to compete at least X amount of times, not we're gonna use every single score. Right?
You would have to compete at least. I think you could skip like maybe 3 competitions in a season to get a qualifying score.
Is it 8?
I think it's 8 scores that you need.
That's what I
You can miss like one meet and still make it. Okay, Ursa said you can miss like one meet and still get a qualifying score. So like if something happens, you can miss like. I think you could drop one of your highest scores and one of your lower scores of the season. I think so. Yeah, I think you can miss 2. So you could drop one of your highest scores. So yeah, it's 2 meets that you can miss.
strategy, the strategery of it all.
That's going to be very hard for UCLA. I don't know. They're in a different conference this year, right?
Oh, thank you, Nisha. We were wrong. 6.
Oh. Okay.
Do you see what I'm sharing with you?
It hasn't popped up yet. Where are you sharing it at?
On
On
Restream.
Restream?
I'll stop and try it again.
Is it like a private message?
No.
Okay, yeah, it just came up.
So, do you know who this guy is?
I can't see it.
I've only seen him. I've only read about him. I've never heard anyone ever talk about him out loud.
Who is it?
I think it's Rebecca Andrade's coach.
Oh, okay. No, I've never really heard anything about him, actually.
He might not be her coach. It might just be a coach she worked with, and he's just a Brazilian coach or a national coach.
Okay.
And I thought that it was Rebecca's coach, and I think he's leaving the gym, if not Brazil, altogether. But I honestly don't have all the pieces together, so I was hoping you would know something or someone in the comments would. So let me come back. I'll come back to that when I know more.
Okay, perfect. It was another topic that we were talking about before we got on that I wanted to talk about really bad, but I don't remember what it was. Do you remember?
Is Gabby gonna bring this Jaeger back?
Oh, okay. I don't think so. Ugh. I don't think it would. Look, with Gabby and her Bart, me and Poor Lawyer constructed, in my opinion, the perfect routine for her. Now, I don't know if it's realistic or not, but
Remind us what it is.
I think she should start off on the high bar.
Did you see that Stalder full into the dismount?
Huh?
Did you catch that Stalder full into the dismount?
Yes. I think she should do Healy, Ling, Indo half, which is a white, Downey, Pat, Kip up to the, not Kip, Kip, in bar full, hopefully she gets her in bars back, and to her child two, giant swing, double layout. That routine is worth a 6, 7. I think that's the most efficient routine for her.
Do you really think the white is included in the strongest routine for her?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, like you just said that.
Yes.
I'm just questioning it. Because I don't think it is good for connection value purposes if you want to make it, if you want to suck every 10th, you know?
I think it's better than a starter full for connection value. It's worth a D the same as a starter full.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be either of those.
But see, for my routine, it does have to be either, and I'm choosing the white because in my routine, she could only do 3 starter skills, so the starter full doesn't fit into the construction of my routine.
So wait, but I thought the white is a starter.
It is the white, the downy, and the child. Those are my 3 starter skills that she's doing.
Okay, can you give it to me one more time, please?
A Ling, I'm sorry, a Healy turn, E, to a Ling, E, to a white, D, to,
That's an endo half.
yes.
Oh, endos they count as separate skills from starters.
Do they?
That's what someone told me, yeah.
I don't think so. Because it's literally a starter skill. Like,
I think I trust the person who told me that, but I'd love to be corrected in the chat.
if you know, but I don't think so because it's literally a starter skill. But
it's just to encourage like more different types of swing, I think.
Because if they didn't, why would they count a starter full as a starter skill?
Because it's a stalder and endo is different. It's like a backward stalder with a different grip, right? Or not necessarily.
I hear the point. I just don't agree with it. I don't know the answer to this, so I can't argue it. But I hear the point. I hear the point.
But it wasn't even like, oh, this is how it should be. They phrased it as like, this is how it is. Because I think I made a routine that counted only. I made a comment about someone else's routine being like, this wouldn't work because of this. Let's keep going with your routine. The white into
the downy.
The downy. The
And
pat.
2 up. So that's 5 skills in combination.
Yeah.
Then that's the end of that combination. Then she would do an in-bar full.
Okay.
To a chow 2.
Chow 2.
So that's EE. Giant swing, double layout.
Okay. Let me see if I can come up with something higher. Another time. One.
I feel like that's the bar routine. I feel like
what do you think the white is doing in terms of connection value?
D to is getting whatever connection that D plus a F is worth.
But does Ling to white get connection value?
I don't know how they do the damn pirouetting connections now in the Coda points. They used to. I'm not sure now.
I don't think it does, but also I was surprised that someone online was saying, Sky Slakely was saying that Shaposh to clear hip half gets 0.2.
It is.
And why is that? Why would you get the same amount of connection value as doing a half turn as a full pirouette?
I don't know. But that's why Melanie does it twice in her routine.
I thought that was just a placeholder for her.
For something else.
Yeah. Because also they're the girls just doing Shapash's just a regular clear hip. Does that get any connection?
I think a 0.1.
That seems so generous.
I don't understand why Shapash to a. How much does a Shapash to a Takachev get a 0.2?
Yeah. We talked about how this doesn't make sense because the Jaeger, the pack, is 0.1.
And a Shapash to Ginger gets 0.2.
Yes.
So I'm not sure.
Do you want to watch this video of Azarea Ra Akbar? Some of her training.
Yes.
So we talked about her at the beginning when we got on here, but she's like, she was a senior in 2023. She was at Canada World Trials but didn't make it, and now she's like posting some.
The background.
Sorry, you said to mute it, right?
Yes.
So she has a choose Ajaba. That was very similar to Kalia's Chuso that you thought would be downgraded.
Mm-hmm. I still think it would be downgraded.
I think her dad is her coach. And she used to compete in the US.
Wow.
That was a DTY. So Canada could probably use that vault.
Oh, absolutely.
And then her bars and floor. I think beam used to be her weakest event. I'm not sure if she's improved there or what's going on. Definitely not so many beam clips included. I love that 1.5 through the 2.5 punch front. That looks like a Downey or a Rikna. So I'm excited to follow her. Can you tell just by watching this if she's an L grip or not?
Let me see.
It was at the very beginning.
She's not in Elgra.
Oh wow, that's kind of surprising.
So she was doing the C version of that skill, not the D version.
Doing an endo half is a D, right?
Yes.
And an endo full in L grip is an E?
Yes.
Sorry, I've asked you that so many times.
No, it's okay. I'm on a mission to teach you all this. I don't know why.
Sorry, there were just a few more videos that we wanted to watch.
So you guys, after we finish watching these videos, I have a interesting topic that I want to do about how we feel like the Olympic Games is like great for a city, but it's really not for some cities. So I found this video on YouTube and I decided to share it with the class, and we're gonna watch it in a second and we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, here's a question. It wasn't one of my original topics, but in 2012, did you think that Una Duvernay was gonna make the bars final or medal me even? Because she had a 7.0 routine, which was matching for the hardest, I think. Maybe Beth had a 7.1 or something.
No.
No.
Having a high star value is great, but form, execution, even like.
I thought her form looked so good here, though.
Mm.
She got a 14.5 with the routine in qualification. And if you add back the difficulty from the skill she fell on in the fall, it would have been like a 15.7 something, which would have been the like fourth or fifth best bar score in qualifying. I have the video of the Russian junior. Can I share that?
Yes. So sweet.
So Ksenia Zelyaeva, 2009 born. So she's doing Komova 1 or Komova 2, sorry, to a Bahard wash.
Okay. There's a comment in the comment. Johnny, I know you made that comment a while ago. I just not paid it attention. I'm so sorry.
What'd they say?
I don't feel like that's a fair comment. I feel like this is a topic that I was going to do it on my own, but since we're here, I feel like both the Brazilian fans and the American fans need to both chill out. I feel like they are both doing too much. I don't feel like Rebecca's charm, the Twitter page, hates the Americans. I feel like she's just very pro Brazil. I feel like if she was doing the same, she or he or whoever this person is, were doing the same things that we do as Americans, but because they do it towards Americans, we all find it offensive. We all like to compare our favorite American superstars to other. You said wait?
Me? No, I was laughing.
Oh. We all like to compare our favorite American superstars to other people and compare how much better Charlize is to this person or how Simone would wash this person. Because Brazil finally have a gymnast that would beat most of the Americans, they are doing it to us and y'all don't like it. But on the other hand, I do feel like sometimes they say things, they take things a little bit too far. But then, on the other hand, I don't feel like the channel Gymlandia hates the Brazilians either. I don't feel, I feel like this little beef between the American gymnastics fans and the Brazilian gymnastics fans need to both chill out, because at the end of the day, both of those two teams have the most amount of black gymnasts on them. So I feel like as a black person, not just a black American, as a black person, I love cheering for both of those teams because I see more girls that look and represent me on both of those teams than almost any other teams. I think the only other team that comes close is maybe France, because France have a lot of black gymnasts too, but not as many as Brazil, in my opinion.
I mean, what countries are we including? Because like there are other programs that would have more than France, but yeah.
I think the GB sometimes have more black gymnasts than sometimes.
It's meant that aren't there programs where like all the gymnasts are black that we're not talking about, but they're just not as well known.
Oh, like Jamaica or Haiti or.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm talking about like the top teams that I
Okay.
care about.
Now I understand. Gymlandia definitely does not hate Brazilians. They made that very clear.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the Rebecca, I'm talking to, not you, I'm talking to Johnny. I feel like the user Rebecca Chong takes things too far. But if I'm just going to be honest, as American gymnastics fans, I feel like we take things too far too sometimes.
We should be able to take it. We dish it.
Correct. I feel like that's the issue with that user. I feel like we don't like it when the shoe is on the other foot. We don't like it that they do have arguably the second, ain't no arguably. Yeah, it is arguably the second best gymnast in the world on Team Brazil. And Flavia ain't too bad either of a gymnast either. They do have girls finally that are better than some American, not the whole American team. Rebecca is probably better than everybody on the American team but Simone. Flavia is probably better than a lot of the American girls. Not all of the American girls, a lot of the American girls.
Yeah.
So when the Brazilian gymnastics fan uses those two girls against the American girls and compare, the American gymnastics fans want to get into their feelings. But when the American gymnastics fans do the same thing too, let me think of a comment. Let me think of a great example. I don't want to just be talking out my ass.
Have you seen like adults, like people you know are adults doing that?
And that's the other thing. It's not. I don't know. There's a Brazilian podcast that talk about poorly of Simone artistry, but retweeted her training videos. And see, I'm not that deep into the trenches where I know the Brazilian podcast gymnastics fans. Like I'm not that deep into the trenches. Maybe I need to be, but I'm not that deep into the gymnastics trenches yet. So if that's the case, then I can understand where the beef is coming from more, but I don't know. I stand by what I say though. When I look at the Brazilians and I look at the Americans, those are the two teams with the most girls that look like me, or my sisters, or my cousins, or my future daughters. So I'm just saying, just chill out with this one. Like, chill out. It's room for everybody.
That is such a good point.
But yeah, Gymnastics be speaking facts though. Like a lot of controversial facts.
I agree with most. Like, there. What was I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I agree with way more things than disagree that they say.
Yeah, like I'm not saying I'm black, but I'm not going to sit up here and say that I agree with 1,000% everything that Gymlandia is saying. But I feel like what they're doing is important for the community, especially because for like me, I used to, if y'all watch the old videos, I used to be kind of like that, but then I kind of fell off because it just was too big of a burden to like all the people coming at you because you're just trying to point out obvious things that are blatant, things that feel obvious to you that feel blatantly racist or blatantly this, that, and the third. And then people just come at you with all kind of like hate and bigotry and you don't know what the fuck you talking about and like, yeah, bitch, I know exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Like my one video I made about the girls who were surprised that they didn't make their quads Olympic team. Somebody made a whole. I just deleted the comment because I wasn't trying to go back and forth with people, but it was a whole book of a comment of, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, Makayla, and this is why people don't like you now, and this, that, and the third, and Diane Durham was never going to make the 1984 Olympic team, and Kristen Phillips didn't get left off the 1980. And I'm like, bitch, did you even watch the video? Like, clearly you did watch the video, but you just interpreted everything that I said to mean something else. Huh?
On which video did they comment?
The one about girls who could have possibly made their quads Olympic teams, but were surprised that they didn't.
The one Teresa liked, right?
And they just was, I don't like, for whatever reason with black gymnastics, it is this era of under. I don't know how to put it without, I'm not trying to. This isn't what we were talking about. I'm so sorry, everybody. But I just understand what Gymlandia is going through because I go through it too. It's just I'm not gonna sit up there and make a whole video about people who do racist shit to me on, I just delete the comments. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I just delete the comments. Like, if you're being rude, like if you're saying something critiquing, but it's not rude or disrespectful or racist or transphobic or whatever, I'll leave it up. But the second you start saying, Makayla, you're stupid, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, I'm just gonna look at that comment, read it one time, and delete it. That's it. Like,
that is so messed up that anyone would have to deal with that, and especially around something that like maybe you like is something you're passionate about and like helps you feel better sometimes. I don't know, I wouldn't want that to be in what's the word when stuff is like
ooh.
perilous.
No, you just said something that just helped me. When I do these things, I do them to make me feel better. So that is part of the reason why I do feel better that me and Addicts don't do the show anymore, because all of the negative attention that show used to create was too much for me. I like it,
Okay.
this is supposed to make me feel better. Like, not like being controversial just to be, But that's where I allowed it to go. So I'm not going to sit up there and act like I wasn't part of the mess. I like Addison, but for her to say that it's girls of the us, she said her and Nola is carrying the artist.
Say that.
I'm going to sit up here and say this again. I do not like Nola Matthews' artistry. I don't think that I don't like it. I know y'all like it. I don't like it.
What do you think about her gym? Because they have like a bunch of like girls who made qualified to nationals, and I feel like they haven't had as many before. I think it's Airborne Gymnastics Club, and doesn't she also coach Tyler Turner, the junior who wears glasses?
I mean, I don't know much about their gym or them as.
I think she used to. Am I making this up, or did she used to train Kalia Lincoln? Nisha, do you know?
I have no idea. I do say this, Nisha, I hope you're still in the chat. If LSU did not win the national championships this year, Jay Clark deserves to get fired.
But the girls love him. They love Jay.
Do not care.
He's never won a nationals for them.
She said yes. Clea used to train at Airborne. And everybody, as a community, one of the things that I wish for 2024 is that we stop beefing with each other. Like, people can feel differently about things without it being a personal attack to you or your fave. Like, I hate this stand culture in gymnastics. Or Makayla.
On
LSU.
LSU has good form.
I don't know what I said, what she said for LSU is that, but those leaps haven't improved. Oh yeah. Oh, and my friend Connor and those damn leaps, like, baby, do a switch leap to a wolf jump, baby. Do a switch leap to a wolf jump. Take that thing out.
Instead of what, a switch half?
No, she's doing a switch leap to a. I don't know what they're called when they take off on one leg and split in the air and land on one leg.
What? Wait, describe it again.
They take off on one leg, they do a split in the air, and they land on one leg.
On beam,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a split leap.
Probably. So she was doing a switch leap to a split leap, and that second split leap was just not it. It just was not it.
Like how Sumi did a switch ring to a split leap.
Yes. It just was not. It was not it color. It was. That was the only thing that she did that whole night that I was like, ooh. But it was just, an exhibition, you guys.
Did she look like she could have defended her national title?
She looked like she could be the NCAA national champion.
Okay. Well, she's
I'll tell you one thing though, LSU need to figure out something to do about their butt tape and not letting their Leos write up the girls' butt cheeks like that. Like it was just ridiculous at one point in time with Connor. Like I was like, does Connor have on a thong Leo? Like, is that a thing now? Like UCLA, or not UCLA, LSU definitely cut their Leos in a very specific way. Um, Speaking about cutting Leos in a very specific way, which is a bad segue, Oscar, let's play this video for everybody.
okay. So she Imbar Shapash, full twisting pack, Van Leeuwen, Imbar half, legal leg separation. What do you think about Kalia and this Kaylee Neemore and the French junior both doing like the imbar full into the D dismounts?
It's a combination if you can do it.
You don't think the judges are like eating them up though? Like with the deductions?
Not really.
I think they have like soggy backs.
I understand what you mean.
This was the one that really impressed me that I want to watch. Was nice started for. She does both of the Kamovas, I guess. This one. That's so hard. Um, okay. I think we went through everything.
Cool. Let's play the Olympic cities videos while you have the YouTube up.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh wait, no, it's on Twitter. Sorry. Please send it to me.
It's gonna go send you back to YouTube. The channel is named, well, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Yay! Share the screen.
I'm not?
No, you are. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying share the screen.
Sure. Okay.
Did you know that the average cost to host the Olympics is about $12 billion just for sports-related costs, with some cities spending as much as $60 billion on the event? While everyone loves the Olympics, hosting the Olympics is a different story and has proven to be detrimental to some cities in a number of ways. The International Olympic Committee is making an effort to make the Games more sustainable and financially appealing to future cities. And hosting the Olympics can be and has been a great thing for some cities. However, that cannot be said about every city. So today on Across the Globe, we're going to be looking at cities that were ruined after hosting the Olympics. Number 8. Lake Placid, New York. The 1980 Winter Olympics, held at Lake Placid, New York, left an indelible mark on the town's history and its relationship with the government. The event, which showcased the pinnacle of winter sports, showcased Lake Placid's ability to host a global gathering. Lake Placid underwent a remarkable transformation, embracing its role as the host city and ensuring it would provide world-class facilities for the prestigious event. Among the breathtaking constructions were the iconic ski jumps that stood tall against the majestic Adirondack Mountains, capturing the essence of winter sports. The Olympic Fieldhouse, a testament to architectural brilliance, encompassed multiple indoor sports, offering athletes state-of-the-art facilities to train and compete, and a state-of-the-art speed skating rink. However, despite these dazzling achievements, the Olympics left Lake Placid grappling with financial challenges. According to Ranker, the state of New York had to bail out Lake Placid after the 1980 Winter Olympics, after the city accumulated $6 million of debt. They also noted how, in return, the state took over ownership of the ski jumps, the Olympic Fieldhouse, and the speed skating rink. Shortly after the Games, the Washington Post reported on the economic effects that Lake Placid was facing and interviewed various residents and merchants, with one resident saying that the Games were the worst thing that could have happened to Lake Placid short of an earthquake, and another saying, the whole idea of this was to build this place back into a winter resort. I think we've done just the opposite. I think we've hurt our summer trade.
Wow.
Number 7. Turin, Italy. The 2006 Winter Olympics.
What would you think? Would you leave if the Olympics came to Tallahassee?
I would love it. I think it would help the city of Tallahassee because we're not a very, compared to other cities in Florida, we're one of the smaller cities. I think we're the smallest major city in Florida. I would love it. I'm not sure
in Turin, Italy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the rest of the city would enjoy it.
I know, they were like, we asked one person. This is what they said.
Showcased the city's rich history and amazing sporting facilities. However, the event left Turin grappling with a significant economic burden, resulting in massive debt. The city invested extensively in constructing new stadiums, infrastructure, and winter sports venues, all aimed at hosting the prestigious international event. Unfortunately, the costs outweighed the economic benefits the Olympics brought to Turin, leaving the city in a substantial deficit. This debt created challenges for the local government as they struggled to regain financial stability in the aftermath of the Winter Olympics. According to Ranker, Turin was left with around $167 million in debt. However, a series of creative measures slimmed the debt down to around $49 million. These financial tactics included selling the hosting rights of the Paralympics to a private company and selling scratch-and-win lottery tickets to help pay off the debt. Furthermore, after a struggle to repurpose the desolated Olympic Village in 2016, The Guardian reported that over 1,000 refugees and migrants from Libya and Somalia were caught squatting in 4 of its buildings. Number 6. Albertville, France. The 1992 Winter Olympics held in Albertville, France were a momentous occasion that brought international recognition to this picturesque town nestled in the French Alps. Hosting the Olympics bestowed several advantages upon Albertville, including increased tourism, infrastructural development, and a global platform for showcasing its natural beauty. However, amidst the excitement and prestige, the event also brought
If France could host the Olympics in 1998 and 1992, why the hell did they try to host this Olympics now? You're already seeing that you can't do it, France.
Isn't there another repeat on the list?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Maybe because it was a Winter Olympics, they needed to fail at both.
Now that was funny.
Unforeseen financial burdens, which shook the core of Albertville. According to Renker, the cost of organizing the Olympics resulted in a staggering $67 million deficit, putting tremendous strain on the town's economy. Renker also noted how, after the 1992 Winter Olympics, the New York Times reported that many ski resorts around Albert.
Hey!
Oh, thank you for being on it. Muting those ass, honey.
Debts of ski resorts around Albertville had been left with a hangover because they ran up debts of their own in the hope of cashing in on the Olympics. In fact, they noted how one resort was in debt by a staggering $40 million, and as a result, the French taxpayer was handed a stiff bill for the honor of hosting the Games. Number 5. Vancouver, Canada.
Really? Oscar?
Sorry, I was muted.
No, we're good.
I was asking if the U.S. would ever introduce an Olympic tax, or if it would go into taxes already paid for.
I think if the government tried to institute a specific Olympic tax, that would not go very well at all.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to answer your question because I'm gagged that Canada had a hard time hosting the damn Olympic Games.
Which time? They're on it twice.
Well, between whichever Olympics this is, Vancouver.
Vancouver is 2010.
I'm surprised. And the only reason I'm so surprised is because, like I said, like I told Oscar before we started, U.S. put a bid to have the 2020 Olympics in Chicago. I think the Olympics would have helped Chicago. I don't know. America, we have the infrastructure for the Olympics. So, but some of these countries, I'm like, you're Canada. You're not that far behind America or at the same pace as America. I'm surprised.
That's why they failed. The infrastructure.
Infrastructure, people, what the hell do we do with all these buildings after you guys leave?
Host other sporting events.
But some of these specific buildings were built specifically for these specific things that aren't popular in these countries.
That's a total money loss completely. But use the ones that you can.
And then they built all of these
what sports are you talking about that are so niche like that?
It's not so much the sports, it's the buildings, the dorms and the Olympic Village, and you're building all of this stuff to host this one thing.
I never understood why those things are unusable. But I totally see that people are saying that about multiple countries with multiple Olympics.
I think because they don't build the Olympic Village apartment complex. They build them dormitories, right? So then once the Olympic Village leaves, then they have to turn those dormitories into whatever. And unless you have investors like they did in Atlanta, where they turn them into apartments and stuff, those buildings are just there. And who the fuck want to live in a spot with no damn bathroom and no?
Oh, that's interesting. Do you know who the investors were in Atlanta?
I'm not 1000% sure, but I know like all of those places they turn into apartment buildings.
Have you been
To Atlanta?
well, just to the Olympic,
Village in Atlanta?
where all of the Olympic venues were in Atlanta?
Yes, I've been to the Olympic Village because they still call it the Olympic Village to this day.
That is so cute. I need to go. Was it nice?
They have a park where they had the what do they call it? Like the Olympic Center, or where the athletes go to hang out. They turn it into this big, beautiful park. It's really nice.
That's so nice.
But that's why Atlanta was able to, like I told you before we got on, like Atlanta turned from like a town like Tallahassee to a major American city, like maybe just right below New York or like LA because of the Olympics. So I'm surprised how many other, I think that's the goal for the Olympic Games, but I don't think it works out in very many places.
Right, and Atlanta was not the only example of the Olympics having a positive impact on the city they were held in.
Like Johnny said, there's no point for like like in LA, they don't have to build new buildings to host the Olympics. All they have to do is just convert the buildings to whatever they need them to be.
Yes.
Where like in other places, even in Paris, France, it seems like they have to literally build the buildings from scratch. Because
there's no way that's true. I mean, like, which buildings?
I don't know.
It's so.
I'm like, yeah, like I think of Paris as like another major country like America. Like I'm surprised that they're having such a hard time hosting this damn Olympic Games.
Damn.
Okay, play the video. I'm sorry, everybody.
2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, Canada was a landmark event that showcased the nation's passion for winter sports. It brought together athletes from across the globe, offering a platform for them to display their immense talent and dedication. The city was filled with an electric atmosphere as locals and visitors alike celebrated the spirit of sporting excellence. The Games left behind a positive legacy, including improved infrastructure and enhanced tourism opportunities. However, amidst the celebrations, the event also resulted in one of the biggest ever debts for a sporting event. With the associated costs and investments, Ranker reported that Vancouver was left with a staggering $1 billion in debt. They noted how, as a result, the city had to endure cuts in services like education, healthcare, and arts financing.
Wow.
They deserved better.
Following year, after the Winter Olympics in Vancouver, CBC stated that the 2010 Olympics...
Like, am I tripping?
You know what? I actually don't know how well I would know.
I know it's one of the cities that speaks French instead of English. But
how much would we know about Vancouver if there hadn't been an Olympics there? Would we know Vancouver?
I feel like we would. I feel like it's like
Vancouver in like 1995.
I feel like yes, because it's Toronto, and the next major city I think of. Well, no, I think of
Montreal,
but I also think of Vancouver too. I don't know. If you pointed me at a map right now and told me I got $1 million, Makayla, point to me where Vancouver was at on this map, I would not have $1,000 because I have no clue.
I think it's in BC, right? That's what you were saying about speaking French. That is in British Columbia. Is that where they speak French?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
I think, okay, I know this. I don't know what the district is. I know whatever it is on the west coast of Canada, they speak French. I know on the east coast of Canada, they speak English. That's all I can give for you.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
And Vancouver is probably on the east coast, actually, now that I think of, because Montreal, they speak French. So maybe in Vancouver, they speak English. I don't know.
Good for business, but not for the environment, claiming that greenhouse gas emissions increased during the Games to 8 times what they are normally. Lastly, in 2016, Fortune listed the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver amongst their list of the 7 biggest financial disasters in modern Olympic history. Number 4, Montreal, Canada. The 1976 Summer Olympics, held in Montreal, Canada, were a significant event in the city's history. This grand global sporting event showcased Montreal's capacity to host an event of such magnitude, but unfortunately, it left a lasting financial burden on the city. Mounting construction costs, overspending, and organizational challenges led to a staggering debt that, according to Ranker, burdened Montreal for 3 decades. Despite the mesmerizing displays of athletic prowess and unforgettable moments, the financial legacy of the 1976 Olympics remained a constant reminder of the city's struggle to recover from the economic consequences that ensued. Ranker also noted how the city of Montreal had to implement a tobacco tax in order to pay off the $1.5 billion debt from the Games. In 2016, 4 decades after Montreal hosted the Summer Olympics, The Guardian referred to the after effects as a 40-year hangover and stated that the city still had simmering controversies over municipal corruption around the event. As of 2023, the city of Montreal has remarkably managed to recover from this burden and repay its debts. However, Mayor Jean Drapeau's infamous statement asserted that the Olympics no more lose money than a man can have a baby left a bitter taste in the mouths
Transpo
of Canadian citizens.
Hey, it's me.
Hi, it's me. Ooh, I can't wait till YouTube let me put ads on this channel, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna get ads.
That's what I wanted to ask you about earlier. I was like, I'll ask you later.
Am I gonna put ads on the channel once I get to 1,000 subscribers?
Okay, that's what it is. Thank you.
Taste in the mouths of Canadian citizens when he was proven wrong, leading to a significant loss of faith in their government, which may still be felt today in the older generations of Canada. Number 3, Athens, Greece. The 2004 Summer Olympics, held in Athens, Greece, marked a memorable occasion for both the country and the athletes participating. After all, Greece was the birthplace of the Olympic Games. However, this prestigious event brought forth various challenges and issues for the hosting city. First and foremost, the preparations leading up to the Games faced numerous delays and setbacks, causing concerns over whether Athens would be ready in time to welcome the world. The construction of venues, infrastructure, and transportation systems struggled to meet the demanding deadlines, leading to logistical complications. Additionally, the financial burden imposed on Greece was immense, with the Games budget exceeding initial estimates and causing economic struggles for the whole country. In fact, Ranker stated that the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens helped fuel the Greek economic crisis in 2009, known as the Greek Depression. On top of this, the Washington Post reported that the 2004 Olympics helped bankrupt the country. According to IE-Med, the 11 billion euros, or about $12 billion of debt caused by the Olympic Games in Athens meant it was no longer possible for the ND government to keep its electoral promises. What's sad about this situation is, as reported by The Guardian, by 2014, the state-of-the-art sporting facilities that were built for the 2004 Olympics were now abandoned and left to deteriorate. And in July 2023, The Sun reported that these buildings are still standing and being left to continue rotting. According to Ranker, it would cost Athens around $784 million to maintain what was left behind, which makes the circumstances more understandable. Number 2. Nagano, Japan. The 1998 Winter Olympics held in Nagano, Japan were a momentous event that brought international attention and positive impacts to the city. As the first Winter Games held in Asia since 1972 in Sapporo, Hokkaido Prefecture, the 1998 Winter Olympics...
What did you say?
I never saw who number 1 is, so I'm surprised. I know who number 2 was, but I never saw who number 1 was. I'm pretty sure it's Rio, but I'll wait.
Olympics showcased Nagano's picturesque landscapes and welcoming culture to the world. The Games brought about significant infrastructure developments, including...
I don't think it's Rio, but Rio is a great guess, but I can't remember what it...
including modernized transportation systems and sports facilities, which intended to leave the region with long-term benefits. However, despite these positives, the strain of hosting the Olympics soon took its toll on Nagano, leading to an economic downturn. According to Ranker, the city fell into a recession after the 1998 Winter Olympics. They also stated how the exact amount is unknown, as the Olympic Committee Vice Secretary General reportedly burned the financial documents, but the estimated debt accrued was around $11 billion. Furthermore, CNN Money reported that, according to Oxford researchers, Nagano went...
For a second. If you couldn't host Nagano, why did you want to host 2020? I mean, what was it? I'm sorry. Yeah, 2020.
2021.
Yeah, why did you want to host... Like, and Nagano wasn't that far away from Tokyo. Like, that was only like, what? 18 years?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that.
Where were the... That was 1998?
Nagano?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I could have sworn he just said 2008, but you might have been right.
Yeah, 98.
CNN Money reported that, according to Oxford researchers, Nagano... its original budget by 56%.
Damn.
Number 1, Sochi, Russia. The most expensive games in history, costing near...
So, Rio wasn't even on the fucking list?
Nope. You know what that tells you? The Summer Olympics are slightly better at doing it than the Winter Olympics are, because most of these countries are Winter Olympic hosters.
But Sydney... So Sydney was a good games. It was just really expensive also. Or what is this? Is just chronological. I thought this was by cost. Oops.
Nearly $60 billion. The 2014 Winter Games.
Did you see how much Beijing cost?
How much?
52.7 billion.
Wow.
And then Sochi was 59.7. And Tokyo was 35 billion.
History costing nearly $60 billion, the 2014 Winter Olympics held in Sochi, Russia, were a memorable event that showcased exceptional sportsmanship and left a lasting impact on the city. The Games brought forth numerous positives, such as the obvious opportunity for athletes from around the world to compete at the highest level, bolstering international goodwill and promoting tourism in the region. However, in the lead-up to the event, The Guardian speculated that the 2014 Winter Olympics were perhaps the most controversial games yet. They based this on a variety of factors, including allegations of cronyism and corruption, among other things. This sparked some outrage in Russia being selected as the host in this particular year. However, the infrastructure developed for the Olympics in Sochi improved transportation systems and modern accommodations, ensuring a comfortable experience for athletes and spectators alike. But it is worth noting that the cost of building this infrastructure was enormous and had left Sochi with a significant financial burden long after the Games ended. As reported by Ranker, a 2015 study by Dr. Martin Mueller of the University of Birmingham showed that following the 2014 Olympics, Russia's goal of developing Sochi into a global resort had failed. Ranker stated that in order for Sochi to maintain the infrastructure created to host the Games, Russia would have to pay more than $1 billion per year. They also added that a year after the Games, the $8.5 billion railway that was built to help with transportation was barely running, and hotels in Sochi were struggling to survive. What about the cities that will be underwater in 7 years?
Thank you to the channel The World According to Brad. I will leak their channel after, maybe after the video, but.
Do you want me to show it now?
Huh?
Do you want me to show it now?
Show.
The channel, just because I closed it.
No, it's cool. I think he answered our question at the end of the video. The governments don't give the cities money to maintain all the infrastructure and keep it up. So after a couple of years, it's just crumbling and falling down.
Oh, okay. So how do some of the cities avoid that?
I guess the countries give them money to turn the infrastructure into other things. And
like, how do you predict how successful an Olympics will be, or what can you do to help to determine that or adjust it?
I guess it definitely depends on what country hosts the Olympics. That's definitely a factor. And I feel like what also is a factor is what is built. Is it actually beneficial to the city, or is it just beneficial to the games and you're hoping it's going to translate to the city? But sometimes, like, some cities don't want to be that damn modern. Like, as soon as the Olympics is gone, they want all that shit removed. Like, they just don't want to be. They don't want to feel like they live in New York all the damn time. Like,
wait, they live in what all the time?
they don't want to feel like they live in New York all the time. Like,
in New York? In your hall? In New York?
in New York. I'm so sorry.
New York. Meaning what? That like everyone's jammed together?
Yes. Is that true, Johnny? Is that breaking news? That makes me feel a lot better.
Is that breaking news?
I gotta look that. Hold on, everybody. I got talk Oscar. I gotta look that up for a second. That's important.
So who saw Reese's triple back on the floor? Reese's Fonda.
I did see that video. That looked pretty solid.
Like some things she would ever bring to a real floor? An innovator?
Why would you? Do you think it's a reason for her? What would they even give that?
Depends, like when. Wait, or I don't know. Like, I think they'd give it something really high now, but if they shifted other things down, then it could be like an I or a J. But now, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see nothing about Donald Trump on the news. So I'm not sure if that's valid, Johnny.
That was really fun watching that video.
Yeah, that was decent. That was cute. We've been on for 3 hours, Oscar. Is there anything else that you feel like you want to communicate with the folks that we haven't communicated already?
So,
I think 2024 is gonna, like, I'm so excited for Elite Season 2024 that I'm so sorry. I'm really like over. I wish NCAA would just hurry up and happen so it can be done with, so Elite Season can start. But I'm telling you, every time I felt that way about.
Should we make some end of year lists?
Okay, hold on, Johnny. Okay, I'm gonna look for it, sis. I'm so sorry. I have a bad habit of calling everybody sis and girl. So if I ever call somebody sis and girl and you're not a girl, please. I'm not like trying to be disrespectful. It's just a very bad habit.
Patience, understanding, forgiveness. So who are your top 10?
Oh no, Oscar is absolutely right. The Colorado Supreme Court. Oh, well, that's just in Colorado.
Montana, you cannot use TikTok. Colorado Supreme Court disqualifies Trump from the 2024 ballot 1 hour ago. It's just Colorado.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, friend. That's just in Colorado, friend. I mean, Colorado is a big state, but.
Is it? Yeah, I guess it is.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry, Johnny. But I do think, look, again, another reason I'm not excited about NCAA, it's not that I'm not excited, it's just by the looks of it, OU is for to wash everybody. Like, it's not even going to be close. Like, OU is just the best college gymnastics team that we have right now. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. So, with that being said, I love you guys. I gave you guys a 3-hour show tonight.
Sorry, I like ran out of steam after the
Me
video.
too. Me too. Me too. I might make a video. I'm not sure if y'all gonna get another live this week, but I might give y'all a video tonight or tomorrow. So with that being said, Oscar, where can they find you? And please promote your YouTube channel.
Thank you. At KATFISHKRENSHAW Catfish Crenshaw. And on Instagram, Gymnastics Saves Lives. Thank you, Makayla.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Bye, friend.